Water pie was a way to create a dessert from almost nothing. It helped maintain dignity and a sense of normalcy for the family during unusual times. The sad thing is that, due to the deep shame related to poverty, the fact that no one admits their family ever made water pie has become a mark of the discretion and self-respect of that generation. This is a duo that nourished millions of people through many difficult generations: rice and beans. Dried beans were an extremely economical ingredient, costing only about 5 cents a pound in the 1940s. Grandma carefully washed the dried beans, then soaked them in water overnight. The next morning, the beans were put on the stove, simmering all day long over the heat. This slow simmering process not only softened the beans, but also allowed the flavors to penetrate deeply. To add richness and fat, Grandma would season them with a little salt pork, or if the family was luckier, a ham bone left over from Sunday dinner. In the southern United States, this dish became a tradition made on Mondays. That was the day when women in the family were usually busy with heavy laundry work, and the rice and beans could slowly simmer on the stove without needing too much supervision. A large pot of rice and beans could feed a family up to 8 people. The core principle of this dish, cheap, filling, and nutritious, still holds true today, offering a lesson on how to effectively use the most basic ingredients. This soup has a less than flattering name: garbage soup. But it represents the remarkable resourcefulness of our grandparents, to the extent that it was respectfully called perpetual soup. This was a revolutionary cooking strategy, ensuring that not a single piece of nutritious food ended up in the actual trash can. This perpetual soup pot was a fixture in the kitchen. It was always kept warm on the back of the stove, simmering slowly throughout the day. This was the gathering place for everything considered leftovers about to spoil: vegetable peels left after trimming, small pieces of meat bone saved from dinner, wilted greens, or old tough vegetables. New additions joined the broth daily, continuously enriching the flavor of the soup. Even potato water, which we usually pour away, was added by Grandma to create body and increase nutrition. This soup was survival in liquid form. It provided a steady source of vitamins and flavor for the family, especially important on days when there was no fresh food or meat for cooking. This dish has a more formal name often used in the military: on toast. This is the breakfast that turned excess meat drippings, something modern people usually throw away, into liquid gold. Our grandmothers would carefully save the melted meat fat from previous meals and use that very fat to make a roux with flour, stirring continuously until the mixture turned a pale yellow. This mixture was then stirred with milk or water to create a rich, savory gravy. This gravy was then poured over soft, fluffy biscuits. These biscuits were also made from the most basic ingredients: flour and lard, because butter was too expensive back then. When the family truly faced economic hardship, the gravy might contain very little or absolutely no meat. In those cases, people sprinkled a lot of black pepper on top to create a richer feeling, and as a small trick to fool the eye, creating the impression that the gravy had more ingredients, or at least more flavor. Even today, this dish is still served at roadside diners as a legacy of economical cuisine. Cabbage was the working person's vegetable during hard times. It was tough, easy to grow, cheap, and especially available even during the cold winter months. From that, it was utilized to make braised cabbage and sausage, a proof of the perfect combination of economy and rich flavor. Cabbage was sliced largely, then slowly simmered with any cheap sausage available. During the simmering process, the fat and rich flavor from the meat would render out, soaking into every slice of cabbage, making the cabbage softer and much more flavorful. This simple dish was often prepared by European immigrant families, bringing with them flavors and cooking techniques from the old world. What's amazing is that a whole head of cabbage cost only about 3 cents. Its economy lay in its ability to stretch the meal. A large pot of braised cabbage and sausage could feed the whole family for 3 or even 4 days straight just by reheating it. It was a practical solution, helping Grandma solve the problem of protein and greens for hungry stomachs at minimal cost. A hearty and complete vegetable meal during times of scarcity.